Hi everybody! I hope you're all having a really great time at Pride. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you, but I hope that the weather is holding up. My name is Crash, that's Crashes in the Sand, which is what I tell people if they look confused when I say what my name is, which they often do. And I changed my name about a year and a half ago. I changed my name because I never really liked my old name. It was a boy's name, and so lots of that was to do with coming out as transgender. But it actually took me a really long time to work out what I wanted to change my name to. So, for a couple of years, I was trying to find a new name, and I looked through lists of names on the internet. I every time I met somebody who had a name that I hadn't heard of, I'd do the would this name suit me test, and all the names I thought of, I really didn't like or didn't think suited me or just didn't feel right. And so how I ended up with Crash is kind of a funny story. But it came about that I was organising an event when I was at university in which my job was allocating Crash to people, which basically amounted to me cajoling university students to let a couple of people from another university crash on their floor for a couple of nights as a way of sort of sourcing accommodation, which meant that I had a t-shirt that said Crash on the back of it. And one day when I came home after university, I was wearing this t-shirt and my brother was like, "Oh, why does your t-shirt say Crash on it? Is that like your new nickname or something?" And I was like, "No." But then I was like, that should be my name, sort of in the back of my head. And when I thought of that, I was like, yeah, I quite like it. And so a few months later, on New Year's Day, I sort of told people that I was going to change my name for the new year, and told them I was changing it to Crash. And even then, I was still a bit nervous and still not entirely sure about the name, but it kind of got to the point where I was like, I think this is one of these things that I'm never going to be completely sure about, and sometimes you just got to go for it. And I'm so glad I did, because literally, from the moment that people were calling me my new name, I was so happy with it, and it made such a difference for other people to call me by a name that I didn't feel unhappy about, or I didn't feel like was sort of wrong about who I was. And I think the thing about Crash was lots of that was to do with it kind of being sort of not an actual name. That if I'd have chosen a girl's name or even like a gender neutral name like Alex or Sam, like people would have always read gender into it. Whereas the thing about Crash was that it wasn't limiting me in that sense like any other name was. It's just about who I am, and nothing necessarily about my gender or my gender identity or being masculine or being feminine or anything like that. And I really like that about the name. And now I'm super happy with it. Uh, in terms of my relationship with God, I guess I'd never really thought about how my name would fit into that. I grew up and was always very religious and like went to church with my family. And then sort of over time, I kind of became less and less religious and sort of more and more detached from all that. But that was never anything to do with my name or being transgender or being queer. That was all for other reasons. And actually, sort of growing up and realizing that I was transgender, some of the most support and the most help that I got was from LGBTQ Christians at the gathering and at other places, from within the church. And so I guess I just never thought of my name as really being anything to do with God. You know, my name, both the one I chose and the one that I was born with, were ones that people gave me. And in terms of my birth name, those people were wrong. And they gave me a name that I didn't like, but that wasn't anything to do with God. That was to do with people. And now I've chosen my own name, and I'm very happy about it, and hopefully God's happy about it too. Um, and that's sort of the end of that. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the day. Ta-ra.